Porsche Boxster 981 2.7 PDK with 9,000 miles. This will not be a particularly difficult video for me to do. It's one of my most favourite sports cars. I actually own one myself. I've had it for 2 years and it still puts a smile on my face every single day that I get the chance to drive it. It has aged so well. The 987 is a lovely car, and no doubt we've actually got a 987 Cayman S just over there, but there is absolutely no arguing the fact that the 981 definitely beats it hands down on the looks department. The 718 that replaced it sadly lost 2 cylinders and, in my humble opinion, lost a fair chunk of its soul. A Porsche should have a flat 6. Anyone who has any Porsche blood in their veins will definitely agree with me on that one. So a beautiful car, and residuals are very, very strong for that actual reason as well. So it's definitely a car that falls into the get one while you can bracket. There's still some nice low mileage examples out there, and this is one. So enough of me rambling on about how much I love the 981, and let's get a look around this Carrera white car. So first of all, we'll just take a little walk round so you can take the car in. All the lines, I mean, this feature line down the door, this is probably one of the nicest changes that they made when they went from this 987 to the 981, is that they included this feature line that runs along the door into the intake that feeds the air into the mid-mounted flat 6. On the older cars, as you can see over there, it is just like a vent on the back quarter, and it doesn't feature on the door. That's because that is actually the door off a 911, 997. However, we digress. Moving round to the back, we've got the usual active aero spoiler, which can be put up and down with a switch, or it'll come up at 75 miles per hour. And who doesn't love a centre exit exhaust? This being the baby 2.7, we've just got the big centre exit, and the 3.4s have a twin exit, unless the car's spec'd, of course, with a sports exhaust tip. We've got the Carrera S alloy wheels in gloss black with a silver lip, and this one also has the white barrels in the back there. The tyres on the car when we bought it in for stock were fine on the tread, but due to the fact the car has done such little mileage, the treads were beginning to crack within the tread blocks, so we had the tyres replaced with a like-for-like Goodyear premium brand tyre. Discs, pads, everything all been checked during the car's pre-sale inspection. It's had 4 services over its 9,000 miles. It's also had 4 owners, which is fairly typical for a Porsche knocking on for 10 years old. It's nice, we've got the black insets in the headlamps, and as we can take a close look at the paintwork, you can see that it is pretty much flawless. All the cars at James Glenn Car Sales are detailed. That can either be a 1 or a 2 or a 3-stage machine polish process, making sure that the paintwork is completely free from any swirl marks and certainly any marring marks as well, which can be left if it's not machined properly. Glass is all nice and clean, no wiper marks, no chips. Just moving in really close to the mirror there, we've got one wee tiny line there which will get touched in. Just moving on to the inside. Firstly, we have the must-have Porsche design steering wheel. If a Boxster PDK, or any PDK Porsche for that matter, doesn't have the upgraded sports design steering wheel, the paddles aren't left for down and right for up. Instead, it's forward for down and back for up, and it is really counter-intuitive. So it's a lovely wheel, really nicely designed, and as I mentioned, the paddles are a must-have as well. If the notion takes, you can also shift manually using the shifter, which in my own car it doesn't have this lovely steering wheel, and I end up using the shifter instead. On the center console, we've got your sport mode, traction, the wee button for putting your rear wing up and down, and you can turn the start stop off, and in the middle there we've got the buttons to operate the power roof, which is black in colour. We've got climate control down there, and this one also has let's have a look. It also has aluminium pack small as well. Set of factory overmats, standard seats in full leather rather than partial leather, and one of the party tricks of a Boxster and a Cayman is the added practicality because it has 2 boots. So we've got a trunk and we've got a frunk. That's what Porsche call it. So the trunk is in the back, decent size. But when we move around to the front, you'll see that the front is at the frunk, I should say, is actually very, very cavernous. The other mirror cap is fine, it's just a wee scratch from the other side. Porsche emblem, it hasn't discoloured at all. These can sometimes break down due to solar damage. So yeah, if you have a look in there, that's very, very deep. You can fit plenty of luggage in there, so no worries about going away for a European driving trip for maybe a couple of weeks. You'll have plenty of scope for space for all the souvenirs that you'll bring back from your holidays. Just have a quick look in from the passenger side. Just have a good closer look at the seats, just to show that there's no wear. But again, you know, the car at 9,000 miles, you wouldn't expect there to be any wear on any of the touch points. The car's also got heated seats. Forgot to mention that earlier. An absolute criminal offence to spec any convertible without heated seats. They really are a must-have. Now we'll get the car started and let you have a listen to that lovely flat 6 engine. It's also worth mentioning it's a DFI engine in the 981, so we have no issues with IMS or bore scoring, which unfortunately the Gen 1 987 cars do suffer from. Not looking to rev the car too hard as it is cold, but that'll give you a sample of what the engine sounds like, and just to demonstrate that there's no warning lights on the dashboard. In fact, we'll just move along to the back of the car so you can hear that a bit clearer. It really is a shame that Porsche replaced this engine with a flat 4. Anyway, now we shall put the roof up and I'll take you around and let you see that the fabric is all in A1 condition. Worth mentioning that you can actually put the roof up and down on a 981. So far I have done it at 42 miles per hour, so if you are out having a drive and you see that the weather, and you see that the weather's starting to close in on you, you don't need to worry about pulling over at a hard shoulder. Press the button and the roof will go up without any issues. Anyway, let's get a closer look at the roof. So this is just where it's been folded away. Glass rear screen, as you'd expect. It's been a long, long time since we've seen the PVC screens in the back of convertibles. Now I'm just showing my age, I suppose. So there we are, guys. Thank you very much for making it to the end of the video. Hope you found that useful. I have actually done a road test on a 981, which I will put a link somewhere along here. James Glenn Car Sales have been in business since 1982. All of our vehicles are fully 82 point inspected prior to sale. If you have a car that you would like to part exchange, I will put a link in the description below so that you can get in touch and drop us the details of your car. We can also offer finance, but if you've got any other questions at all in relation to the car, please feel free to get in touch. You can either do that via the website, or you can give us a call on 01236 779,000. My name is Stephen. Thanks very much for your time today, and as I say, I'll put a link just down here for a road test on a very similarly spec'd 981. Thanks very much. Bye bye.